Hello there. Well, Thailand's a great place, isn't it? You know, it's also a great place for people who have a disability. Today I'm going to show you around a very special place which is called Baan Sabaijai, which is just off of Tapraya Road right here in Pattaya. Well, I'm now with Oscar, who is the manager and owner of Baan Sabaijai. How are you, sir?
I'm okay, thank you.
Now, this is quite a special place that you have got going here. Could you tell our viewers exactly what it is that you do here?
Well, what we do is we do rehabilitation for Scandinavians with some sort of disability, and at the same time they don't only come here for short time, they come here for a long time. So the one who's been living here for the longest, she's been here for 4 years.
Wow. So it's not, because my initial thing was I thought it was actually a place where people who had disabilities came on holiday, or perhaps they came on holiday and they've just decided to stay, is it?
That's exactly what happened. They come on a holiday, we say that they would like, that they should actually stay for 3 months. After the 3 months they don't want to go back, so they stay they stay on. Now we have 5 people who's probably going to stay here for the rest of their lives.
Right, right. Well, it's funny because, I mean, this is for able-bodied people, this is often the case with Thailand. They come to Thailand, they fall in love with it. How many people can you cater for here?
Well, at the moment we have 9 rooms. 6 of them are built in such a way that they are accessible for people in wheelchairs, with huge bathrooms and wide doors. The doors are 1.8 meters. Wow. But we will build another 40 apartments just across the street. Okay. That will be finished next year.
Okay. Now, how does this actually work? It must be extortionate. It must be very expensive, no?
Well, the thing is that we work together with the local governments in Norway, because according to the law, these people must be taken care of by the government in Norway, and that costs a lot of money because salaries and unions and everything in Norway, makes it expensive. So when the local governments send them here for rehabilitation, they save money already then. Wow. And that's how about maybe 75% of our budget is paid by the local governments in Norway.
That's just amazing. So they're able to, I guess, so you're taking out the money that they would be spending anyway to look after the people, but then you're able to take the people here. And what's the difference for the patients?
Well, the difference is, I don't know if you've ever been to Norway, but some places in Norway we have snow 6 to 8 months a year. It's cold. It's especially if you're sitting in a wheelchair, it's hard to get out because of the snow, because of the cold. You hardly are outside the door, maybe for 5, 6, 7 months. So when you get here, you don't have to dress up. You can go in a short. Even if you're in a wheelchair, at this place it's only 2 meters between your room and the swimming pool. So there's a lot of positive physical possibilities here. Sure. That does not exist in Norway, at least for half the year.
Sure. Well, I guess I was looking at one gentleman who stays here with you, who's in a wheelchair, and for him, it must be such a laborious process just going through the whole process of getting dressed every day. You get to the point where you'd think, shall I bother?
Yeah. You know what happened with him in Norway? First, he needs to have people around him 24 hours a day because in such a bad situation, physically. But to dress him in Norway takes about 1.5 hours because he cannot move, so he cannot keep warm when he's outside because he sits in a wheelchair. So he has to have 3, 4, 5 layers of clothes. Here he's only in a short. Here it takes about 15 minutes and he's up and out. Sure. And secondly, when he need here 24 hours a day in Norway, the price for the local government is about $1,000 a day to take care of him. When they come down here, the price is at least 1/3. Okay. So that means the local government in Norway saves money, and that means that he is happy. In Norway, he stayed for 6 months in a care center for old people, where he was hardly out of the bed. So his life here is completely different, you know.
And you see, so this is a place for old people he was put into, but he's, I guess, about 30 or something.
Yeah, he's 30. He was 30 last year. He had his 30th birthday here.
Sure. So I guess for the like you say, for the Norwegian government, because if he's 30 and if he was to live to the normal age, then that's a huge amount of money that they would be spending anyway.
Yes.
So here he is, and his room is actually just off here, so it's maybe 5 meters from the pool or something.
Yeah. So that's puts him in a much better situation. And right now he's getting into a car to go out for the Songkran.
Wow.
so enjoying himself. He cannot splash any water by himself because he cannot move his arms.
Okay.
But he is smack in the middle of 4 Thai girls and driving around and splashing water at everybody else. You know.
So that's fantastic. So they are able to adopt the local customs and enjoy it.
Sure, that's what we do all the time. We participate the King's birthday, Songkran, Loikatong. You know, we always take part in the local and the national ceremonies here in Thailand. Yeah.
And when did this actually start?
This started here 5 years ago.
Wow.
Before that, I came to Thailand with 3 people with a severe learning disability, a brain damage, and we rented a house at Jomtien for 1 year, and I lived with them there for 1 year alone. And then this place came up for sale, and then we bought it, and we did quite a lot of rebuilding. Okay. So 6 of the rooms are now accessible for people in wheelchairs.
Okay. And their families, they come and visit them as well, don't they?
The family come and visit them actually all through the year. Øyvind's mother comes at least 3 times a year. She will come now in 2 days' time. The parents of the girl Beate, they come also 2 times a year, and they stay 2 months each time. So, and they're more happy, to visit them here than to visit them in Norway.
Of course.
So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how many staff do you have working here?
We have 19 Thai working full time.
Wow.
And we have 3 Farangs working at the moment. We will get 1 more coming. We have a medical doctor at the moment. He's in Denmark, and he will be coming back here in June. Okay. So, because it's also important that the people here are able to speak their own language. So we have, as you know, a nurse and a physiotherapist, and me and Geir, who is in charge of the new apartments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Oscar, thanks very much for talking to us. We're going to spend some time here with you today, and I hope you can stay tuned as we're going to go and catch up with some of the other people who are working here, some Thais and Farangs who are working here, and with a bit of luck we'll also speak to one of the patients or residents, if you like, who's now made Thailand their home, disregarding their disabilities altogether and living a full life here. Stay tuned.